When we look at this initial Baron play, right, the important thing to recognize is the current map state. Because when we look at the top side of the map, we can see a large number of people heading up towards here. The ultimate has already come across to the side. And initially, this is looking like a pretty promising fight for T1 that ends up going in the favor of DRX. So let's start rolling out the clip now, and let's see how things pan out. So because Faker gets isolated on the side, he's going to end up dropping. And with the numbers advantage, DRX are seeing a window of opportunity to force the first Baron. And this is really one of the big break points with which DRX can run away with the game. But as long as T1 members are alive, that is one of the scary things the DRX have to be cautious of. Now, you'll notice as well on the backside, Zeka's going to try and flank, create pressure on the side, but Beryl's already being forced away. They're being funneled into the back of the pit, and then this gives Ona access into the Baron itself, which means that with the smoke screen being thrown down and Zeka doing his absolute best to keep him out of it, flash in, smite, and the smite doesn't actually come out from Pioshik. So the moment that the rend is popped, that synergy needed to be there, and all he really did was set up the Baron for Ona to come and steal it away.
And I gotta believe that's what Pedro means when he talks about them. They're gonna kick themselves for that, because you're the ones with the Callista.
Exactly, you pick a number, you say to smite rend, and either they rended too early or they didn't smite on the number. This next one though, it's a little bit of a redemption at first, because you think, holy crap, maybe they get away from this Baron going down by being able to get this, and critically, Owner also presses the ult in the wrong direction because his flash was buffered already for that. So he goes down, and now this is all the timing game for DRX. So the biggest thing is that they can stay alive long enough. So basically, T1 knows they don't have smite, so they're just trying to put as much damage down on DRX as possible. When Zeka dies here, it gives Guma a chance to just try and pressure them off the Baron. Look at how low it gets, but DRX thinks they're gonna die. The Rend comes out early, crucially on the second one. That was 1,300 health after the Rend. And then,
while there was a lot of pressure, the fact that DRX are able to find these fights, I feel like this trio is becoming really more apparent in this series. We've been seeing a lot of roams from Barrow, which is not uncharacteristic for him, but trying to shut down Faker is so important. And we can see here some of the individual playmaking that Zeka was able to make. The fact that he was able to buy so much time for the rest of the team, that initial pick onto Faker, while he did end up dropping here, this fight then continues to extend into the mid lane, and we end up with T1 almost overextending. But it's a game where T1 as a team are very comfortable skirmishing you. When they see a window to pick a fight, they will take it. And we've already talked about how they're a team that wants to try and skill check you. DRX is answering them, and I think that's one of the craziest things that no one really expected of DRX throughout this tournament, because here in the finals, they showed it in the semis, they showed it in the quarters, they are happy to go toe-to-toe with you in these situations, and the second an ounce of aggression is shown, they will answer back.
And that's why it's really interesting to see in the Gen G series, right? DRX.
Beryl continues retreating. He's under a lot of threat. The Berserk down on the unkillable Demon King, and he dies here today. Zeka looking to keep the charge going. Baron at 4,000. Zeka ready to use the stolen ulti. He throws Owner away. The Baron is stolen by Owner in a hero moment. He is fighting back. The Baron still at 3,000 HP. Death looking no way in the world. Death dies next. Guma Yushi just stole Baron.